everybody. Welcome to another XER, the Xpound Entertainment Radio. And joining me, as per usual, is Anastasia Laserbeam.
Hello. Hi.
And Chris, a.k.a. The Mole.
I'm putting the M back in XER.
XER. Or maybe like...
Zerm. I think it's just at the end, it's Zerm.
It's a silent M.
I don't think it can be in the front.
It's a silent M. Like the P in
Only
Pew.
during Jim's lists. And ew.
Thank you.
And I am your host, Richter Hammer.
He's
And
the best one.
that's what I've heard. That's what it says on my shirt. So, as we normally do, we go up to 2 bits of news for the week, and then our catch-up, which we talk about up to 2 things we've done over the previous week, and then our topic, which is 7 crossovers we would like to see. So, with your first bit of news, take it away, Mole.
My first bit of news is director Neil Labert in the company of Men and the Shapes of Things will serve as writer and showrunner for a new TV spin on the Dracula myth. The series follows the daughter of the famous vampire hunter Abraham Van Helsing. Deadline reports that Sci-Fi has acquired 13 episodes of this new series, set to begin production in January 2016 in Vancouver for a fall 2016 debut. In Van Helsing, Vanessa Van Helsing serves as humanity's last hope after she's resurrected 5 years into the future and discovers that vampires have taken over the world, that she possesses unique power over them. Van Helsing represents a new mythology in sci-fi by challenging traditional vampire rules, said Chad Oakes, I don't know why I said his name sarcastically, but Chad Oakes, because co-chairman of Calgary-based Nomadic Pictures, who did Fargo and Hell on Wheels. The series is unique in exploring a world completely dominated by vampires, while the human characters have to learn the importance of working together to ensure their survival. That is all.
Cool.
I know what you're thinking, Mick. Wait, he had news about a brand new TV show and it wasn't Star Trek. No, more on that in our Star Trek news on Around the Pound this week. Boom. Just slightly segueing it to hype my own stuff.
It's a good idea. Well, I mean, you're cross-promoting. That goes with crossovers. So.
I am.
All right, so Pew, your first bit of news?
Pew, top that.
Yeah, so I have an interesting bit of news that I thought was pretty cool about statistics based on the ownership of video games. So in 2010, pretty much 40% of all adults and families owned at least the current consoles. And I thought that was pretty cool. And actually, what's even more interesting now, this is a recent survey, and it's actually done by a research center that's actually called Pew Research Center. Like, I think they named it after me. Like, I love the fact that they just, like, have a Pew Research Center. Anyway, so, from 42 to 37 ratio, more women own consoles than men, which I was like, oh, how about that? I thought that was relatively interesting.
I don't know about Rick. I always hate those statistics. Every month there's one where, like Kotaku had one a while back. I know. I was just saying. But fine, continue.
Okay. So that's one of the more interesting statistics. But then it also goes on to, and I'm not implying any kind of thing here, or underlining issue, but it has race or ethnicity, which owns those consoles, and I was like, apparently blacks or Hispanics own more consoles than white people. And also, more people ages 30 to 49 own more consoles than people between the ages of 18 to 29. And I like this one where it says, most people who have video games also go to college. How about that? Like, at least in America. As it's a pretty interesting ratio. So I thought those were really interesting just to know. Yeah, because some of those things were not expected.
Fair enough. And yeah, what I was saying was, yeah, I always hate those statistics just because, like I mentioned with those ones, I know like Kotaku and IGN and stuff, they all post them from various researchers, and if you look, every time the statistic changes a number.
Mhm.
I was like, what? Wait, the half of them, do like 10 or 20% end up getting sex changes either way? I don't know what's going on here.
It could be possible. It's more likely male to female than female to male, so there is that as well.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, one of the lists was more males than females. Another one did it more females than males. I'm like, can't we just agree that women and men probably play games equally? Like, I've seen ones.
What?
Yeah, like I've seen one where some people are like, yeah, these age ranges play games and these races, and other ones say the other ones. Like, can't we just say the people who like games play games, and it doesn't matter what color they are,
Oh,
their
it doesn't
age
matter at all.
or their sex? But every site seems to post statistics, and each time they're different.
Like I said, there's absolutely it doesn't mean anything at all, except that apparently a black woman who went to college is most likely to own a console. Apparently, but other than that, I don't know. I just thought it was pretty cool, and also that more people who are middle age or closer to middle aged own more consoles than people who are between like 18 and 29. But that was cool too. So yeah. So middle-aged black one who went to college.
All right.
That's cool.
So for my first bit of news, have some leaks for Street Fighter V. So if you don't want to be spoiled by character roster, let me know.
I'm fine.
Okay. But of course, PC users. Once the beta was available for the PC, they dug through the files of it and found a couple references to some characters that they think might be DLC, and then digging through further, they actually found voice files of the announcer saying those names, so it's pretty clear that these are going to be the 6 DLC fighters, which makes me happy. So the people that they found, not in order of coolness, but we have Ibuki, which, yeah, okay, she's there. She's been in several games. She was in 4 as well. Guile, which is kind of weird considering they have Nash. So this is the first time I think Guile and Nash have been in the same game.
His theme goes with everything. Why wouldn't you have him?
It's also really weird to think Guile's going to be a DLC character.
Uh-huh. And then, well, also Balrog. That's kind of weird too. But I guess, he was the first DLC, or the him and the other 3 bosses, but Balrog was also in there. And then the 3 I'm most excited about, we have Alex from Street Fighter 3, who's awesome. I was sad when they put Zangief in, because I wanted Alex. I always liked him better. And then Urien, who's awesome just because nobody else fights in a banana hammock. And he has like the best special moves ever, where they're just like kill, crush. Like I just love his moves because I don't know. Like, he can apparently articulate stuff. He's the president of a company or some shit, plot-wise, but whatever. His moves, he's just like, brah, kill. Anyway, but then
He's very
the one
enthusiastic.
Maybe that's how he runs his business. What should we do about this
Yeah,
rival company? Crash.
kill. Also, one of his supers from Bird Strike or whatever was one of the coolest names ever, Tyrant Slaughter. Love the name of that one.
Nice.
That and like Maiden Masher are like 2 of the coolest names. I know that's King of Fighters, but whatever. Anyway, last 6th person, which is awesome, is Jury.
Yay.
So Yeah, that'll be awesome.
She's DLC, but yay,
yeah. But if you play enough, you can get her for free. So use your fight dollars or whatever, whichever's the one you don't have to pay for. I don't remember how it works, but
I'll be honest, it's her. I'd pay reward money for her.
There you go.
Even if I don't have the money at the time, if I don't have the fight dollars or whatever it's called, I'd pay for her.
I believe you just called her a whore, but okay. No, but yeah, I'm anxious to see how they do it. Hopefully the redesigns aren't like too crazy, but we'll see about that. So anyway, so basically, as it was said, that's pretty much unofficial confirmation because otherwise they're doing a super good job of trolling by making the announcer record voices for characters they're not going to use just to mess with people. And it's not like Capcom has done anything that trollish before.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully they are there because that would be pretty cool.
That would be.
And so with your second bit of news, take it away, Mole.
Okay. My second bit of news is Emma Clawfield, best known for her role as Anya in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, will be guest starring on SuperGirl. According to the Mary Sue, Clawford will be. That's a news site or something, but yeah. Clawford will play Cameron Chase in an upcoming episode of CBS's new superhero show. The official bio for the DC character describes Chase as a stern, no-holds-barred FBI agent who, following the death of her father, has committed herself to a life of law enforcement. In addition to her upcoming appearance on Supergirl, E.T. has revealed today that Clawford will be reprising her role as the Blind Witch for Once Upon a Time's upcoming 100th episode.
Cool.
News so happy Pew gave it bells. Ding, ding, ding.
Well, I was also say the Mary Sue is actually it's not like a new thing. It's been around for like quite a while.
I didn't say new. I said I assume they meant the news site, not like a.
Oh, okay. I thought you said like this new
like
site
a bad
that.
character.
Not a godmother character.
Yeah, not a godmother character. I assume it wasn't that Mary Sue. I assume it was a news site.
That would be amazing.
Oh,
My character knows all the secrets. She told you who's going to be at Supergirl. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my second bit of news.
All right. So, Pew, your second bit?
All right. Well, this will be a little bit interesting. Or I would hope it's a little bit more than a little bit. If my computer decides to, like, work with me.
Is it a new Star Trek show, huh?
That was mine.
I assume the reason you didn't take it was the same reason I didn't. I was like, I've already discussed it.
Yeah.
So Fallout 4's gunplay was influenced by Destiny, not including the VAT system, because that's obviously a separate,
Yes.
thing.
A separate awesomeness.
Yeah. But then, if you recall, like when I was remembering Fallout 3, because I just recently started playing it, just so I can refresh my mind and super compare it to 4, which I probably may or may not be getting because I don't know, highway robbery. But anyway, so
did somebody steal your PS4 as well?
They stole all my money, but that's fine. Anyway. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Fallout 3, the gun system that wasn't VATS wasn't, and I'm not like super crazy shooter. It wasn't like that great. Besides, not using VATS, it was kind of like, why don't I have more VATS points? So I can see that would definitely had room for improvement when you're not using VATS. So yeah.
And also, that's something that's been ironic this week for you.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned it, last XER, but, since we discussed the fact Fallout 4 hasn't been advertised, I'm fucking sick of it. Every ad break over here is fucking Fallout 4.
Really?
Yeah, all the time with that slow motion as it's walking across the fucking, what do you call it, the wasteland with the fucking music playing. It's like Fallout 4 and the date. I'm like, oh, no. I know you've made me sick of it.
That's really funny because I haven't seen any like advertisements for it at all.
You don't watch TV,
This is very true.
so how would you have seen an advert on TV? I'd be more.
I see lots of adverts on like lots of videos online and stuff. So usually I have adverts that would be on TV, on the making wait when I'm trying to watch a show online.
Oh, you don't either A, have ad block, or B, subscribe to YouTube Red.
What the fuck is YouTube Red? And
It's a service YouTube is doing that will block all adverts in YouTube videos.
I'm sure you have to
It's
pay for
just-
it or some stupid
It's
shit.
just $10 a month. Only $10 a month, and you get all the benefits you get now for free with ad blocker, plus the added benefit of knowing your money is going to YouTube.
Wow, that sounds horrible.
No, they give some to the
Like-
content creators. I like when the
That's a
content
lie.
creators were like, I think it's like 40% goes there, but I like when they're just like, yeah, but when you use ad block, it has consequences. I'm like, yeah, I don't watch ads. I don't give a shit if you get money. I don't click on your shit. Like, you should do that as a hobby. I don't give it.
Yeah, it's like when they start to complain of boo because we monetize our videos and all that. So it's like, oh, cool. So all of you complaining, none of you have a DVR and fast forward through the commercials of your TV show,
Yep.
or watch a show just on Netflix or something.
Just to be like, a little more detailed, going back to Fallout 4, is that they said they're going to make their gun system pretty much more detailed, and you're not going to just have like one gun that you like and all the other ones are shit. Like they're going to make their guns more like dense. Pretty much you can actually like. They didn't say customize, but they said that you're going to actually really want to know all the parts and inspects and stuff of your guns and repair it in certain ways. And
Well, they did show them customizing it. That number one, and then two. No, Lincoln's repeater's the best.
yeah,
Can I join multiple guns together and make America?
you can join multiple guns, but that's repairing them.
Oh.
But yeah, so they said they're gonna like pretty much branch out and make a whole bunch of guns to try to like I guess I'm not gonna say equalize them, but
I see we did that. Branch out because of all the trees you see.
One guy was actually he was stuck in a tree because he died and the tree kind of absorbed him, I guess, but then he didn't die. He was a tree
if you
person.
call that living.
Oh, it wasn't living. He begged for death.
That was. I know, and you get a perk for doing it too.
I know, right?
Also-
It's like, haha.
Also, I don't know if you'd agree on that, Rick, but the way I introduced Pew slightly, or took the piss slightly on when you first went to her, I wish actual news anchors would do that. Like, okay, so in today's news, and they just read something, and when it cuts to the next news anchor, they just go, yeah, top that. Yeah, go on, beat that, I dare you. I'd love to
Piece
be
of
able to
shit.
do that.
I actually
Yeah.
pictured you dropped your headset after you said it, like dropping the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they said you're probably, when you have your weapons, you're going to have like 8 favorite weapons. That's their goal.
I'm gonna
And
have
they
one.
wanted to make their gameplay system more dynamic.
I'm gonna have one. It's my shotgun
hmm
that I named Betsy.
Does it at least have a picture of like a girl on the side of the gun?
No,
That
but
would
my
be
penis has
amazing.
been in it. Ha! That's how I know all the parts inside.
Yeah, so
That
I
is
thought
a
that would
crazy
be
mod.
Did you know there's like a crazy freaking mod in like Fallout 3 where you can actually like it's like this weird like cowgirl mod where you like freaking like milk yourself and you can like sell it or like use it to heal.
I did not.
I'm pretty sure
It
that's
was
a
fucking
fetish mod.
crazy. I was watching this one thing and this guy started talking about it. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's just like you have a crazy huge breast and you're like a fucking Brahmin or something.
Yeah, again, I'm pretty sure that's a fetish mod.
But it was so
Yeah.
stupid. I'm sure it is, but I'm just
And
saying
there is
it's
some
so fucking
great
stupid.
fetish mods available for Skyrim.
No, but that's the thing. This looked like shit too. It didn't even look good. It looked fucking stupid.
Not that I looked at any.
Once they
I
mentioned
wouldn't
it, I had to. Once they mentioned it, I had to look it up just to see how like what the fuck, and then I was like, wow, that does look like shit. But yeah. But a lot of the mods for Fallout 3 look like shit, so yeah, but Fallout 3, different gameplay not different gameplay
You know what?
style, but
You know what doesn't
gun
look?
style for
You know what?
Destiny.
You know what doesn't look like shit? The satisfaction on your face when you play a game as it was intended without the need
There
for
you
mods
go!
to justify your own
Winner! Ding ding
existence.
ding! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'm with you there.
Admittedly, I like the mod for Deus Ex, where it made it look like more neon-y and not so drab. That one was cool. Made it look like Blade Runner or something.
Yeah, some mods can be cool like that. I like the mod for that TW.
Mm.
The one that just makes it real world with real world pictures. Because that's more fun managing an actual wrestling company than a fictional one.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about your fictional wrestlers competing in a fictional sport. I want my wrestlers competing in a fictional sport.
There
God.
you go.
All right. Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to Fallout 4 coming out, so I can lose all access to my Xbox and the TV downstairs and my PS4. That'll be real fun.
I heard on the Xbox.
Rick.
On the Xbox One, at least, they're including a free digital copy of Fallout 3 with the purchase of a Fallout 4, which I thought was cool.
That is cool. Because I don't
Especially
have it
since
digital.
Stacey doesn't have her Xbox anymore. Yay! So now you can get another copy of it.
Technically, won't you have it digitally anyway when you put a disc in? Or do you still need a disc to play? I assume, logically, actually, you'd need a disc to play, because upon thinking about it, that would be so practical. Pop the disc in, you download it, and you can pop the disc on the shelf, and you can just play it. But when there can be dicks who would do that and then instantly get rid of the game.
Actually, the Fallout 3 one is completely digital, but...
Yeah, it's just a code.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure. You know, because you can download them from the Xbox One with backwards compatible, so I assume that's going to be one of them.
Yes,
I wasn't sure,
is.
but I was like, in hindsight, I was like, no, because I know people would go to, like, say, their local GameStop, purchase a 360 game, put in their console, download it, and take it back to the store. Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Doesn't
no,
work. I want my refund.
Yeah, as far as we've seen for the ones that it reads off of discs, yeah, it will download a digital version, but you need the disc.
Yeah, which that makes sense, but it's a shame that it always has to come to that, because after I said that, I was like, that's so cool, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, dicks will fuck this up. Won't you, Pew?
Yeah. Oh, me, not me!
I love how I went, you Pew, yeah. Wait, no, not me.
Well, I was like, what? What did he say?
Undo my agreement, undo.
Oh, speaking of that, not Microsoft, but Apple had interesting licensing agreements, except instead of click the box here, they did it in the form of comics, which I thought was funny.
Wait, don't take all the news, because we still have Rick's news left to come.
I'm pretty sure that's not him.
No, I know Richter's news. It's basically the fact Twitter renamed the word favorite to like. Oh god, I spoilt it. I'm sorry.
I don't like you anymore.
I've ruined
Get
his
out.
news.
Well, now I can't top that, Mr. Steal everyone else's. Now, for my second bit of news, I found this sort of shocking, but anyway, I call this one Activision Crash. But Activision Blizzard, I think this was like 2 days ago at this point, purchased King Digital Entertainment, the people that make Candy Crush Saga, you know, the game that everybody fucking loves, for $5.9 billion. What? And it says here that basically 3.6 of it was from their offshore account, which sounds really funny. Sounds like James Bond shit. And the rest they're going to borrow it. Hope their interest. Actually, no. Fuck them. I hope their interest rates are high. But I know they're not though. Anyway, but so yeah, they can expand over. It's payday. That's how they got it. Now you know.
Yeah.
Knowing is half the battle. But yeah, so now I guess that's how they're going to move into the, mobile gaming and whatnot. But also, one thing I read that made me really sad was Disney bought Marvel for $4 billion, and Disney also paid $4 billion for Star Wars, and I don't believe that there's a reality where Candy Crush Saga is worth as much as Star Wars. No. As I said to my wife, there's a whole realm of possibilities, and that exists outside of it, no matter what. So, okay, then, if they're going to pay that, more power to them, but I guess it also, yeah.
Whoa, calm down, Rick. I'm really excited for this. I can't wait for Candy Crush Black Ops 3.
My coworkers are like crazy
Destiny
in love
Crush
with
Saga.
Candy. My coworkers are literally crazy in love with Candy Crush. I mean, like they're the type of like housewife shoe people who like literally just talk about expensive clothes like all the time.
Yeah.
So
they throw money at Candy Crush. And
like
it's
they're
sad.
like, why didn't you send me extra turns or whatever? Like, and they're always like, you didn't send me extra on Facebook, or like, go do this thing for me. It's like the people who yell at you for not ordering their crops in fucking Farmville, except worse.
I know, it's like, hey, you didn't send me an extra life, and you're like, yeah, because you made fun of my fucking room for having stuffed Yoshis in it. Take your Candy Crush Saga,
I
turn
didn't
that
even play
sumbitch
that
sideways.
It's like, you're not gonna play with us? I'm like, no. Okay.
Yeah, I know, it's like a fucking virus game. I hate those, where it's like, but your friends for shit. It's like, no.
Yeah, but you only hear right now one bell from Pew's cat. If you want the other cat back, Pew, a life for a life. This cat has 9. I want exactly 9 cents in it. Thank you.
Oh,
If not, I will be cutting off and mailing you a paw and then like an ear.
You know, that might be the most messed up thing I think you've said to her. Having Marcus like kill and skin the cat and then wear it as a penis cozy was funny. And then you're like, I'm gonna mail you a paw. That's solid level shit right there.
I'll mail her a paw with a note that says something like, "You didn't give me the lives. Well, here's paws to foots."
You can't pause this game.
Yeah.
It's not even like lives now or something. It's this other thing that makes like the level. I don't know. It can make the level easier, but you have like the power to I don't know what it is, destroy or move more tiles or something in it. So now it's that thing because you're like, I'm stuck on level 8 because you didn't send me enough of like explosive things or whatever.
Did you tell them that they need to buy you? You'd just be like, well, I didn't get far enough in Lego Dimensions because you didn't buy me the Doctor Who level pack. And just stare at them.
I've said all that stuff, and they're like, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then
Then
my
do
friend
that to
Mike,
them.
Did you ever look at one of your co-workers and go, yeah, well, I didn't get to 3rd base because your wife's straight?
Nice.
The only person who's sort of
If
kind of
I could high five you.
There's a health nut named Mike, but he sort of used to play video games like 10 years ago, so he kind of sort of knows like some things or whatever, so he tries to translate, and usually he fails, and then it just makes it worse.
And I will say, Rick,
Yeah.
for next action, when we go to the next one, can you cut over to Pew first?
Okay.
Thank you, my nose appears to be bleeding.
Oh, okay. Hey, I can do that too.
Are you okay? Like, that sounds like not okay.
It happens.
Okay.
Oh man, I hope it's not as bad as me. Like I just get that randomly. Or my nose is like, you know what? Screw you. I'm gonna bleed right now. I'm like, oh cool, thanks. I'm in the middle of work, but yeah, sure, that's good.
Any attractive women in that room, or you just happen to bust out a crazy nosebleed? But would it be back to me for ketchup, I guess?
I guess, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I was gonna joke that like, oh, Activision wasn't hated enough. They had to buy Candy Crush to get more hate. They fucking run on that stuff or something.
It's fucking bullshit.
Well, the Triple H of the video.
You know what
game.
else? They make fun of me for liking candy. Actual, real candy. So how the fuck are you gonna say, like... How the fuck do you make me for it? Because we have, like, a candy dish, and, like, Paula has, like, her little giant candy mug. So sometimes, and she'll put, like, fucking full bars of candy in there, and I'll be like, it's not like the little...
Shit.
Exactly, once in a while. And I'm like, Paula, you know I can't walk past this thing without taking something. Why are you putting full bars in here? You know? So I'll take it and be like, oh, look at she's eating candy. Yeah, she always fucking eats candy. I'm like, you shut up. You fucking pay that digital candy shit all the time. It's fucking real candy.
It's because...
Look at her. She's eating candy.
Yeah.
You work with the biggest fucking retards, I swear to God. They make fun of you for the weirdest things, like, oh, you don't do this thing that everyone's doing. Way to be different.
Pretty much. Like I
Yeah,
said,
Way to eat candy that people like. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
I was going to say to you, Pio,
yeah.
to be fair with that, when you're saying they make fun of you for candy, but they play actual candy, to be fair, I don't agree with killing people. I'm still going to play Payday.
And well, let's be fair. There's so many things to make fun of Pew for. I don't think playing video games or eating candy bars are really the way to go.
To be fair, based on what Pew has said, they clearly can't do the intelligence thing, so there's some amount of options at this point. Whereas we can use intelligence for years.
Like a
Well, so I think
Skyrim
they
mod.
work off of each other because the ones that aren't like the shoe Barbie queens are is Mike, the used to play video games like health nut who goes to the gym like 50 times a day and be like, oh my god, you're eating bologna and cheese. That's so unhealthy for you.
I know. He's one of those. What you should do is put up one of those stupid fucking meathead like soy milk, like protein milk things on the thing, and when he walks by, he goes, "Hey!" And you're just like, "Fucking get out of here, juicer."
That's the thing. I actually bought something and it had like a big sign that says "No, with more protein," and I'm like, "Oh my god, he would love this."
And fun fact to people listening, he looks just like PC Principal.
He actually does, except with a beard. Like, if you just back him with a beard, that would be him. But yeah.
I like Principal.
Because he's like, he's really fucking ripped because he goes to the gym like 4 times a week, and he's like, God, I missed this one day. I only get to go 4 times instead of 6 times. So I'm like, who the fuck cares? Don't go to the fucking gym. Like seriously.
You heard it
That's a
here
very
first,
sad
folks.
man.
You heard it here first, folks. Eat candy and don't go to the gym. That was our
Well, I mean, if you've already been 4
Anastasia
times, don't
Laserbeam.
complain that you didn't go 6 times. Because, like, shut the fuck up.
I bet when he lays down to sleep, his arms don't go all the way, and he's like, "Yeah, I look strong.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna no-still sleep."
Oh, a T-Rex.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
I know
that's my father-in-law. He has the like shorter arms.
I know he spent like $130 for some kind of special toothbrush or whatever. So I imagine he's like ergonomic pillows and stuff too. But anyway, now that
Probably fucking like hand sanitizers too all the time.
oh my god, freaking full of hand sanitizer. Everyone has their own personal one, and they're like, "Why don't you have your own personal hand sanitizer?" I'm like, "Well, everything else around me is sanitized. I don't need it. You've over sanitized everything. It's good for a while."
Why would you use your own? I don't want other people touching my hand sanitizer. Gah! It'll sanitize itself. It's not like Joey with the bar of soap, where it's the last place I wash and the first you wash. Then you just change the first place you wash.
Yeah.
Just like the thing with doorknobs too. Oh, I gotta put a paper towel before I return the doorknob.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Also,
I was, yeah.
that picture I just linked you to, that's PC Principal.
Oh, okay. But, nice. But, yeah, the other day in class, this girl, like, put on hand sanitizer and then was, like, picking off pieces of her breakfast. And I'm like, are you eating hand sanitizer at this point? Why would you do that?
She's doing that, and to which Richter just smiles and goes, "Excuse me, Professor, yeah? Do you mark on a curve?"
He does, actually.
Which Richter's like, "Yes, keep being stupid." I agree.
I will get all the points.
Well, when you said that like that, why am I just picturing Ralph from The Simpsons eating his paste on?
I don't know. It's just I just saw it and I was like, really? Like I don't know. It's just it just struck me as odd. Of like I know some people do that, but it's like why would you eat directly after putting on the hand sanitizer? It just seems weird to me.
I'm gonna laugh if she's a regular viewer to this, and it's like, oh my god,
that would be amazing.
I sat next to someone with that same voice, and I did the sound. Oh my god.
Most of them don't know how to like to use Skype or like barely can use YouTube. So I think and these people work with computers every day. So like that's their job. So I wouldn't be surprised if they know how to like listen in on a podcast.
I didn't say people wouldn't be able to listen into the podcast. I was just saying. I just said it'd be cool if Richter's co-colleague at school or co-student listened in for the purpose of hearing that story.
Oh, okay.
Whether or not they're capable of listening, yes. Loads of people are capable of listening to our podcasts. No one fucking does.
Yeah, a lot of people are, except Jim.
Well, ironically, we do have one viewer right now as we're live.
Yay! I almost want like lights to go off, like ching 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 ching.
That'd be great if there's a notification.
There was. That's the only reason I looked, is because we had a notification from someone that responded yes to watching it.
Yay.
Hopefully during this time your face stopped bleeding.
Which means, yeah, you got mentioned. Live, people. Yeah, continue.
Yay. All right. So yeah, well, that was my news, I guess. So on to Pew for ketchup.
Okay. Well, ketchup. I caught up to The Flash, so you might want to take off your headset mode, and I will type to you done. Like I totally forgot last time, I think. So I will totally do it this time. Type
Or
done.
I'll be the backup for that mole. Just for
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the latest episode was the one where pretty much the Dr. Wells, from the other universe, he because there's multiple universes 52 because he put a vortex shit in the sky and it blew the fuck up pretty much, and now there's 52 wormholes to other universes now because 52 new 52. Yeah, so the old Dr. Wells was like basically Zoom. He was actually, well, not basically, he was Zoom from this continuity, I guess you could say. And then from the other universe, he was Shark Face or something. I don't know. No, that's not Shark Face. Like upper half shark guy. I don't remember his actual superhero name. It was fucking weird.
No, I'm gonna be okay with upper half shark guy.
I don't know what the fuck they call it. Like, do you remember that stupid like Nickelodeon show I think there was with like shark people who just went around in like kind of torn, ripped up Hulk pants? Like there was like a Nickelodeon cartoon show or some shit about that, and that's basically what he looked like.
Oh, okay. I remember there was one Street Sharks with anthropomorphic sharks that would.
That's probably something like that.
Okay.
So basically, because he just looked like a shark that had like weird muscular arms and like legs, and he was just wearing like some ripped up pants or something. Mm-hmm. So, and then he turns back into this scientific dude who's famous for being like a scientist, and this is not what you expect from, upper half shark man. So, yeah, and pretty much because the old Dr. Wells was pretty much almost like a father mentor, and then super betrayed Barry when he found out that he was the person who killed his mom. And stuff like that, and it's like, I have trust issues. He wouldn't even trust the first Flash, Jay, because he was like, I don't fucking trust anybody. He's like, you guys were goddamn scientists. We test and stuff. We don't believe anything until it's fucking fact. And I'm like, he does have a point, but you're at the point where you're dealing with all the supernatural shit. You can't really do that anymore, because yeah, you're not gonna explain the shit, or you could, but it would just waste all the time. So yeah, pretty much just he can't really. He has to get over that, because, in all fairness, this is a totally, completely different dude, even though he has the same face and pretty much backstory as the other guy, except for the fact that, he was Zoom, and now he's Shark Boy. So, yeah, so that was pretty interesting for the whole episode, plus the whole thing with Cisco going on, getting his fucking powers and shit. And he doesn't even want any, because he loves researching everybody else's powers, and he's kind of like Michelangelo making the names and stuff, but he is fucking freaked about his power. He's like, no, this is supposed to happen. I was supposed to be the guy in the background, and no, this is bullshit. Because he sees like horrible shit that happens in the past from other superheroes, and that's shitty. It's like a bullshit shitty power. I mean, it's obviously not like shitty, like rogue shitty, but, it's like maybe 2 below rogue.
Rogues is kind of cool. It's just the drawback of it kind of sucks.
It just makes her life shitty.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a pretty much fun episode. Yeah, I can type 2 more. And it's pretty much the whole thing that happened there.
No.
It's all my fault.
Yeah, are you sure?
And hello.
Hello. No.
I'm sorry, come back. I didn't mean it. Rogue's powers are okay. No.
You had one job, Pew. You had to keep our viewer when Mole left and we didn't even get
Nope. Without me, the show tanked.
it. It's true. We lost 100% of our ratings.
Yeah, this is like what if Fonzie had left Happy Days.
It would be called Sad Days.
Or what if Charlie Sheen left 2.5 Men? Oh wait. I'm kidding, 'cause I actually did like the Action Culture episodes better than some of the later Charlie ones where he was just high off his ass.
Yeah.
For that fucking ending.
Did you have another thing you did, Pete?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Because that whole thing got me distracted. Yeah, I also played Lego Dimensions, and I got Benny the Spaceman, and I found out that his third tier vehicle blows up silver and gold, which was a big obstacle in a lot of the missions. So now I can do that, which was super awesome. So that was really fun.
You already had something that destroys gold.
What was that?
The Scooby Snap Mark II.
Oh yeah, I saw that, but I didn't level that one up.
I did, because
I thought
it fire breath.
I thought it would be more fun to have a spaceship. But yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I never tested out Invisible Woman's Invisible Jet though, because they kept using the spaceship. I want to test out to see.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman.
as I said.
No, you said Invisible Woman's Invisible Jet.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. I said Invisible Woman. I said it twice.
Well, you couldn't
Wonder
find
Woman.
it. That's why.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna actually see now if it's invisible. Like you can't even see it on the screen, and you just see her getting into something, and she starts flying.
I imagine it'll be like the glass-looking Lego bricks.
Yeah, I imagine. Although I think it'd be really funny if it was just like nope. But yeah. But anyway, so that's really cool because I loved Wonder Woman as a flying character because there's so much shit you can get when you can't reach otherwise. Or maybe you have to do like a thing for another character that you need to get to make it work, but then you're like, fuck that flying character. You can just like overpass so much stuff. So it's
Where's
really
the
nice.
message to let our viewer know Mole's back?
So,
I came back to help bring back the ratings. Come on.
yeah,
You're too
so
late.
that was fun. Lego Dimensions.
All right. So, Mole, your catch up.
Right, okay. My first thing, which we will be reviewing this episode, but I'll go into a bit, is SuperGirl. Because none of us are reviewing it. We were just reviewing it for James's show.
I will take off my headset because I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, make sure you mute your mic though,
Okay.
so you don't hear the jangling of the keys.
Or
She's a
bells.
janitor.
No, it's Jim trying to get hold of the keys to escape his sex prison.
Oh, what a twist.
I would imply someone wants him for sex,
You
which
do.
is a big assumption.
You do.
Unlike other parts of him, I'm sure it's a very, very big assumption.
That's why your co-worker's like, oh my god, you're always luring him with candy.
Ah,
No! It's fucking Paula puts like full-size freaking like Butterfingers and Reese's in there and I can't avoid it. Anyway, taking off my headset so you can talk about Supergirl.
I'm muting. But yeah,
And you too.
I like Supergirl. They've mixed elements of all the Supergirls together. Like, it's not just Kara, it's also Linda mixed in because she has the same last name as Linda and stuff, which is cool. Straight away, we get to see her catch a plane. We get to see her fucking catch a plane. That's way more super than any fucking thing Clark did in Smallville.
wow.
At least to me it was. In
Yeah.
Smallville,
Well, I never saw Smallville, so.
in Smallville he had no powers.
Hmm.
And then at the end, when he finally was Superman, we see him fly, and then it ends. And he's flying behind the ice too, so you just see the blueness, and you know he's wearing the costume, but you can't really see him in it.
Wow.
Although he did have heat vision and stuff later on as the series progressed. But yeah, she starts off just catching a plane, which is awesome. She has a boss, played by Clarissa Flockhart. Oh, you may know her, Rick, as Ally McBeal.
Ally McBeal.
Thank you, Rick. That's why you're the best one.
Yeah.
Also, her adopted dad is Dean Cain. You may know him from many things. I know him from Lois and Clark.
Yeah, he was from Grandy Extreme. Oh yeah, Lois and Clark. Yes.
Yeah. Also, the original Supergirl is her adopted mother from the 80s film.
Oh, cool.
And so, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't really care for two things on the show. One is Jim. I don't know why I stopped speaking.
You're gonna. Oh, please tell me you're gonna recycle that line.
Yeah.
That was perfect. I'm glad you did stop, so it's easier to isolate that sound bit. And I mean what?
It's Jimmy. And before people pulled what's wrong with a black character playing away? I have no problem with his race. The race was not important to Jimmy. However, if I say to you, Richter, as someone that hasn't seen the show, describe Jimmy Olsen.
Wasn't he like a plucky young photographer?
Yeah, and he always bumbles. He's incompetent.
Yeah, he's the child. He's Bumblebee with the camera.
Yeah. James Olsen, as he likes to be called now, because he refuses to be called Jimmy, is a suave, smooth, sophisticated talker who's all grown up, and he's basically John Handsome.
Nice.
And I'm like, I don't
always take pictures for the Daily Bugle, but when I do.
I don't like him. I was talking to someone on one of the sites, and when I mentioned I didn't like him, they called me a racist and a sexist because I was against the show. And I'm like, I just told you I fucking love the show. The only complaints I have is that one because he's not like the character. And they said, oh, well, you wouldn't like a black character playing. And I was like, I literally said you could have got Donald Glover from Community to play the role, and he would have been perfect if you wanted a character of colour. That was an example of someone of colour that could play the role. I just want him to be a nerd.
Yeah.
I want Peter Parker, not Prince Charming.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like the heat vision.
Oh?
Yeah, if you use heat vision on it, it's blue. I know, but it just bugs me.
Is it like hotter? Or
yeah, it's supposed to be like blue flames to make it different to all the other versions, so it's doing its own thing, which is cool. But I'm always like, not sure if heat vision or Bizarro's ice vision.
Does Bizarro have ice vision?
He does in the comics.
That makes perfect sense. I don't know why I didn't even think of that as a possibility. That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, there's heat breath and night vision.
I thought like his vision would be like he can't see anything. I can't even see in front. He bumps into everything.
But like I said, I like the pilot. I love all the cast around it. My only complaint was Jimmy or James and that I have that heat vision. However, I'm still going to give the show a try with those. I can get the hell over them, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, for example, anything like, I don't know, I watched the original Spider-Man movies. I didn't really like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, but I could still watch them and enjoy them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Supergirl, I really like that pilot. It's fucking awesome.
Nice.
And I shall summon Ratings Killer.
Instead of the Legend Killer, the Ratings Killer.
Yeah, she's like that guy who was in the later seasons of Married with Children and has that reputation as being a show killer. I forgot his name.
There was one? Was it the guy that played her husband? Marcy's husband? Oh, really? Okay, I like that guy, the second one.
Yeah.
I thought he was okay.
Oh, he's not a bad character. It's just unfortunately for him, he's been cast multiple times, on shows. Oh,
and every whenever it happens, wow. Nice.
Hey.
Hey, to the point, which is a fun fact for you, Rick.
Uh-huh.
They took the piss out of that in Batman Brave and the Bold.
Uh-huh.
When Batmite's trying to get the show cancelled, he goes, oh, and I know a quick way to get cancelled. What's that? Aquaman. When Aquaman appears and speaks, he goes, no, we're taking away your voice actor and we're replacing it. And he's like, hi, and he mentions the actor's name and it was him voicing him.
Nice.
I'm like, that's kind of funny. Like when JumpTheShark.com was a thing, he had his own entry. Before they sold JumpTheShark.com, which made me sad. And the second thing I played this week, which I have reviewed so I can talk about it in a lot more detail, is WWE 2K16. Well, slightly reworded, retweaked pin system. It's basically the same thing, but it's a circle instead of a line. New submission system, which I fucking love. New reversal system. They've made matches feel more realistic on a lot of aspects. Some stuff's still faulty with the game. You're going to get that with yearly iterations, though. Like, my career mode definitely needs it was a step in the complete right direction this year, and it just needs another step. Like, this year you get interviewed by Renee, Rick, and she asks you a series of questions, and how you respond to those questions, like, say, like a BioWare game, just obviously turned the fuck down in terms of complexity before anyone says that. It affects your ratings. Like if you say, "No, I'm gonna kill you," boom, your aggression goes up. But if you say, "I respect the guy, and I'm looking forward to facing him," your respect and pride goes up and stuff like that. And those ratings can affect whether or not you go heel or face and all this. That's kind of cool. Downside is I've been fucking heel for like almost a year in the game, despite having all my meter maxed out as face, despite being against the authority, despite going against only heels, I'm still listed as a heel.
Interesting.
However, being heel or face is purely cosmetic, apparently. But so that needs a bit of work, but it's still cool what they did, and it is really a cool seeing how, seeing how they've done that. The other thing I mentioned, I'm not sure if Rick would agree, and I mentioned this during our review, the Austin Showcase mode. I'm really bugged. It really irks me about one feature, and it's just a small nitpick. You can press a button to go timeline. The bonus matches that you unlock are shown underneath, the matches they unlocked from.
Right. So
in timeline, it goes Austin winning King of the Ring, then him facing Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with hair in WCW. And I'm like, that's not how timelines work. But I am loving 2K. And like I said, I'm really enjoying that game. And my entrance has changed. It was, at first, I was coming out to the second Terminator thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger going, "Judgment Day is here." And then I just came out on the bike. I've tweaked that now. I'm on the main roster and I'm higher up. And I just come out with biker take and go all the way around the ring on the bike, and it looks fucking awesome. I also have my Twitter /original WXR cartoony South Park mole on the front of the t-shirt, on the back in those English letters or British letters like it was last time, is Feel the Momentum.
Nice.
Just because I can. Also, I don't wear a bandana this year. I wear a beanie cap. Because I wore a bandana when I was in NXT. The half bandanas, because for some reason my hair isn't quite right for hats and stuff, but it works for beanie hats. Also, my face is like a tattoo on my own face.
Does it look like Michelangelo?
Exactly, that's what I was referencing. Yeah. I took a photo of my face, Rick. And my face was then plastered all over my CAW's face, and it made it so his nose and his eyes and stuff matched my face. The downside is it didn't quite get my eyes right. It was reading too much of a gap between my eyes and where my nose was, so they were higher up. And I couldn't quite get them to work, so I had to deform my face so I look like the guy from Goonies.
Sloth?
However, yeah, with the big forehand. However,
that's love chunk.
However, with my hair being how it is, I got this longer hair, so it covers the forehead perfectly, and I look normal. Only I am aware that exists. Only I am aware that that's how I look if you look up close at my face. But I've covered it well, and I used like one of the preset facial hairs over my facial hair to just flesh it out a bit so it looks a little 3D-ish.
Nice.
And also I talk like this. I'm like the whitest generic white American ever.
I'm Whitey McWhiterson.
Yeah.
Bleachy McWhiterson. There.
So basically, your name is Chad.
Yes. He's ready,
Well,
willing.
ironically.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so you go.
No, I was just gonna say that you were ready, willing, and gable. If your name is Chad.
Yeah. I was going to say, ironically, despite everyone always listing him as the whitest guy ever, he sounds like Patrick from Tough Enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and who was a black guy, in case Pew's wondering. But that was my catch up this week of
That would be
WWE 2K.
hilarious if that was his voice.
It would be.
It was your first job, kid. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. That was my first one of 2K16 and Supergirl episode 1. Because episode 2 was aired over there now. But we don't get episode 2 till Thursday. So ironically, like tomorrow or Friday is when we get episode 2. So yeah, it was.
All right. So my first catch up. I'm gonna go with Nor 9. It's a Vita game, visual novel, and it's pretty fun. Played several visual novels over the last couple months, and this one, it's still there's probably a term for it. I don't know it, but basically, like the main character that you pick is male, and then you gotta like try and date dudes, which. You know, at first, like before I played one like that, I was like, I don't know, and then I played it, and I was like, oh, the story's actually pretty good. I don't care. You know, I'm not like, it's not me like, oh, I'm gonna date this dude. Although it's funny to say that kind of stuff to wife played. Be like, God, I just can't get this guy to like me, and she's like, what? And I'm like, I don't know. But
Did you say you were playing as a guy trying to date guys, or a female trying to date guys?
Female trying to date guys.
Wouldn't that just be a dating simulator?
Yes. Kind of, but well, it's not exactly a dating simulator. It's more, you know, you're going through a story and just there's somewhat of a, because you can, well, this one like you can choose of the 3 girls, and then from there you can choose one of 3 guys, and it's like there's basically 8, well, there's 9 guys, so each of the girl can pick from 3 different, so there's no like overlapping. They don't catfight.
So you go for the most feminine guy, or do you go for like the most guy like you wish like you were?
He goes for the one that reminds him of me.
I don't think they have one like that, but well, personality-wise, actually, there is. But no, out of the first time I picked one of the girls, and she had like a childhood friend, and I'm like, oh, I see how this goes, so I picked that guy because it was like that seems like they would be like that.
No, he has a predetermined friend zone, Rick. He is not leaving the friend zone.
Well, he's way too late then. Girl, I done shattered that. Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty fun. That was the first run through. The second one, I don't know why this happens. I swear every time I play a visual novel, it's like the first one goes and I'm like, all right, and I get the good ending and I'm like, yeah, feeling pretty good. And then I start a second one. And then I guess I think I'm doing better than I am, and then it just completely crashes around me because I like got to this one point. It's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, things look kind of bleak, and then it just stops, and it's like saving system data, and it's like kicks me to the title screen. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Because it seemed like something else was gonna happen in the scene, like it didn't. And I was like, oh, they're gonna save her now. And didn't even say like game over or bad ending or anything. It was just like saving title screen. I'm like. What? I don't even get like a "whoops, you fucked up" screen. What is that?
It was you fucked up screen.
You don't even get
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, that was kind of weird. But then I picked up.
She didn't.
Yeah.
She just turned off without saving, or no, with saving.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing was because the first time went so well. I just was always, you know, I would save like before a decision. And then there wasn't the decision for like several scenes before that, so I thought I was fine. And then it was like, nope. And I was like, oh.
That's actually an intention of the game, Rick. You need to go onto the Sony store and download chastity keys. That'll let you progress further.
Oh, is that why? But yeah, it's a pretty fun game. Finished my review of it. I think. Yeah. Well, yesterday for me. I don't know.
Available now on sadgamer.com.
That is true. Top that, no. But then the second thing I would do, I guess I'll talk about RWBY, the RWBY, the Rooster Teeth animated one. They just put up a couple days ago, I think maybe Sunday. They put up the first episode of season 3, and this one's it's like 17 minutes, so I don't know if they're going to go with the longer format, because before they were like shorter episodes, and then they had a couple that were like broken into 2 parts that would add up to that, so it seems like they're just going to do that. And this one, a little bit mixed feelings about how they're doing it, because I don't know how long it'll go, but it starts off with like one of those like, oh, we're going to have a tournament where we all fight each other, which is very tropey for animes, and that's what it tries to be. And like part of me likes those because it's like, yeah, you get to see some cool fights, but at the same time, it never like really advances the plot in a meaningful way. It's always an excuse to just make up characters with no backstories and have them fight each other. And
also, since there's been already a significant amount of fighting without it.
Yeah.
Are you saying in animes it seems like there's no point behind how Ash always gets to the main tournament and loses and then tries again and does it again and again and again?
Dude, for that one, there's no point why Team Rocket keeps moving in the same fucking direction to cause trouble instead of going backwards. But,
or why they haven't been fired, or who they get their funds from.
Yeah, I don't know. But, so,
The
like,
government.
The government. Giovanni runs the mob. That's the whole point. But so yeah, I mean, I'll see how the plot goes. I'm definitely gonna watch more, but it's it's like, oh, I'm kind of worried because usually, while they have some cooler fights in the tournament style sections, it usually is like, oh, this isn't really gonna be important overall. It's just gonna be like, hey, look, let's all fight. Admittedly, the fight scene is kind of cool.
I would like to see Penny, who's combat ready.
She hasn't been there yet, but she should.
Does that mean, technically speaking, based on that, Rick,
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball would be the only one where the tournament have actually advanced the series?
Sometimes, even then, well, I mean, Dragon Ball probably. I didn't really watch much of it. I know in Z they're usually over mercifully quick, except for that god awful episode where that dude fought Videl. Which still holds the distinction of, I think, the only episode of Dragon Ball Z I fast-forwarded through because it was so awful.
Yeah.
But
in Dragon Ball, before Z, that's when we got Piccolo introduced.
Yeah. I mean, they can do some stuff like that, but like that's one thing with Dragon Ball Z is I feel a lot of times there are cool fights that don't feel as, like, they don't feel like tournament-y, like they still do tournaments, but they still have fights that like flow with the story. It's not like, oh, nothing else is going on, we're just gonna have arena combat, and you're like, what the fuck, you people fly around and fight in glaciers. You're like, I don't want to see you just try to be in a like 20-foot by 20-foot square on the ground. What the hell?
Ringo.
Yeah. Oh, also maybe because of Budokai. That drove me crazy. I'm like Vegeta, and I'm like beating up Yamcha, and then he gets like a lucky kick, and it's like ring out. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Maybe this will be all about maybe this will be all about technique and everything, rather than actually defeating an enemy and Weiss will win.
Could be, probably not. They won't let her.
I'm just saying that that's the only way I could see it going in any different way. Because when you're fighting like giant freaking mechs that are the top line defense for your country, like how are you gonna beat that? Like,
well, they have the. Actually, I want to see the evil White Fang dude fight with I don't know if you ever saw the trailers years ago, but Blake's one that shows that guy, and he has like a really cool katana. But, well, the way the tournament is, it's like there's teams of 4, obviously, but then you pick 2 members to go on, and then as far as I could tell, if you go farther, one of the 2 members goes on. I don't know if it's one of any of them that moves on, but I'm just like, oh, I bet I know who the 2 will be, and it's like, nope, it's Weiss and Yang, or as one of the characters puts it, the heiress and the bimbo. I'm like, oh, interesting, I didn't think that, I thought it'd be RWBY would be like, I'm gonna fight, but...
I'm still questioning how she managed to like fall and over in heels like 6 times and then fight perfectly right after when she saw an assailant.
Ask Simon after he's been drinking on a Thursday night.
Yes.
Fact.
I'm gonna go with that.
I think it's Ozpin's wisdom that compared fighting to dancing, and instantly she knew how to walk.
It's magic. She used magical dust, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm fine now." But anyway, but yeah, pretty cool. We'll see how that goes. And all right, so I guess that will bring us to our topic of the day, our 7 crossovers we want to see, and it's stuff that hasn't been done before, as far as I remember, and ones that would kind of make sense, or that you could argue would make sense. It wasn't like the Snorks meet Doctor Who or something.
How oddly
I
specific.
ask what the snorks are, but you know.
'Cause I was talking about it earlier, and I was trying to think of something weird. Yeah, Snorks, because it's funny to say the Snorks.
The Snorks, Pew, are basically like the Smurfs underwater.
I said I think
Yeah.
he mentioned it once when he's talking about like old cartoons or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
Richter's always like, fuck yeah, the Snorks.
I didn't even actually know about it at the time. Lightly
Rick-
was the one that knew about that one.
I mean, just the other day, Pew, Richter was like, fuck yeah, Snorks, high five, brah.
That was a white card that I used. I should.
Snorks, high five.
Now I want to add that.
Well, just Snorks, high five, bro, and just leave
Yeah.
it and see what people say when they get. What does this
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
There you go.
The paw of Pew's cat. What?
I would love to add ones from XER just because the other two would have no idea what was going on. Like, what is that from? Be like,
Oh, they forgot
there.
our other ones.
I know. It's even better. I know they have impeccable memories. I think they remember every single one. Anyway, crossovers. Why don't you go first, Mole?
Okay, my first one, and like I said, this first one, I put it all the way down at the bottom because it's technically cheating. But it's not cheating before Pew. Because
Is
I
that
keep
the cheat?
buzz.
I assume that was the cheating noise. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I just heard zzz, like she's keyed up ready and shaking.
Oh no, 'cause my headset was doing the dying sound, so I'm like, oh, better plug it in.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, it didn't sound plugged in as I was buzzing. I was like, oh, did you swap mic? But okay,
Yeah,
fair enough. But my first, it is Rick, the Flash TV show with Lois and Clark TV show.
Nice.
That's why I say it's technically cheating because you could make a case of, well, he's teamed with Superman before. I'm not saying Flash with Superman. I don't want to see any Superman. I want to see more Lois and Clark. Goddammit! And seeing him meet Dean Cain as Superman again would just be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So
That
the
would be
Flash
cool.
meets Lois and Clark.
All right. So, Pew, one of yours?
but I don't think this has been a thing, at least not live action. And I don't see why it's not already a thing. Because I know people would totally pay money for this. Like this is like the ultimate like bro off. It'd be like Fast and Furious and the Transformers.
Nice.
Yeah, like, 'cause I can see that. Like, we gotta make a car that goes really fucking fast. You know what goes fast? Fucking robots that transform into cars. Yeah. Like,
I
dude,
will
they can't
say-
go fucking faster than that.
I will say that's funny because that's on my list.
Is it really?
That's on my list.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I can just imagine, like, the conversation. Because you know what? Like, they'll love it. There's be all this, like, super bro stuff, and there'll be explosions and awesome cars and fast things and, like, muscly celebrity guys that I don't care about. It'd be so cool.
Muscly celebrity guys I don't care about.
I'll
Yeah.
That sounds
I'll
like a
explain why
Jeopardy.
that's on my list when I get to that number.
I'll say that sounds like a Jeopardy like category.
What
I'll take
is?
muscly, sweaty actors I don't care about for
Yeah.
$300.
There you go. And like I said, the only Fast and Furious movie that I saw was Tokyo Drift, so. And I heard it was not a good reputation for the rest of the series, but.
Well, that is the last Fast and the Furious one.
Yeah. She's gonna watch them backwards.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the last one, chronologically speaking.
Okay.
Oh, fucking is.
I didn't disagree with you. I don't know the rest. So you disagree. I don't know. All I know is I watched it a long time ago, so unless all the other ones are set in the past, which they might be because I've never seen them either, then you could totally be right.
Yes, all the ones after 3 are actually set before 3.
Oh, I didn't even know it was the third one in there. I just knew it existed someplace in the timeline.
Gotcha.
Or how many movies before or after it.
Okay, over to Rick.
All right. So one I'll go through first. This is a last minute one because Mole said something before we were recording that I was like, that'd be a cool idea. But I want to see it's Sim City, but they have like B movie disasters instead of like, oh, it's an earthquake. It has to be like a B movie earthquake, so there has to be like ice ages that come in and like super tornadoes caused by, I don't know, solar winds or some crap, and like, you know, sharks inside the giant tornadoes, because why not?
Sharknado. I was gonna say it's raining clownfish, but
That reminds me of SimCity 2000, where you press the button and get the monster. All the rest of them were just boring, but I used to love that big spider monster that used to go grrr, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I want an explanation for it.
Because I remember in the Super Nintendo when you got a Bowser, and he was like
Nice.
Godzilla. But yeah, what like that? Yeah, where there's like B movie stuff, where it's like, so like the disaster will be like the sun is exploding or expanding or whatever, and the temperature's right. Just dumb crap like that instead of just an earthquake. You need to like B it up.
Featuring the Dino Sapiens.
Yeah, Dino Sapiens, giant killer bees, because sure, why not? Sharktopus, I don't care. It'd just be.
I like my
wonderful.
Dino Sapiens.
That was a cool movie. I'd watch that.
Needs more DK.
It does. That would have been, yeah. Then you would have clearly won.
I like the idea that like a game like SimCity that also involves like loads of like, I don't know, sci-fi original movie characters or something. That'd be fun.
All right, so Mole, your next one.
Okay, my next one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it has to be the comic version. Has to be the original black and white comic version with the Punisher. And now you see why I went with that one, because the cartoony, cheerful turtles, they're not going to work with Punisher. The more darker turtles would actually kind of work, and they're both in New York. So it's like that. I would totally love to see that. That'd be fucking
they have
awesome.
a no-kill rule?
And no, they kill. They're ninjas.
Okay, I just didn't know because I only know the cartoons.
But basically, with Punisher how he is and stuff, and with Turtles how it is, another reason for the comic version of Turtles is, you know how it was all black and white? I can totally see this comic being sort of like, do you remember the video game Mad World, Rick, on Wii?
Yes.
I can imagine that, like if you take the writing like Punisher Max series or something, and then basically whenever there's blood, actually stylize it. It's all black and white, like the Turtles comic with style, actually color the blood red and stuff. That would be a really impactful, cool comic.
Like Sin City or something?
Sort of. But with Ninja Turtles and Punisher. So Ninja Turtles and Punisher. That was mine.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, Pew, your next one.
Alright, my next one would be a video game, kind of like Alien Isolation, but like the aliens, like, you know, on board Star Trek, like, you know, and that's the first Star Trek, because that's the only one that I'm sorry, not, this is the first Star Trek, as in, like, from the Star Trek movie, but they're also here. Not the Next Generation, because that'd be also too, but I would love to see, like, you know, fucking, like, Spock and Kirk and shit, like, and of the movie version, except for them on the ship. So, yeah, I think that'd be fucking cool, because they can analyze it, and I would love to see, you know, and it's obviously not in canon, but some of them, like, you know, have a face hugger on them and, like, die, or have, like, chest burst and things in there, and, also you're, like, one of the crew members, maybe you can save them, or, you know, so they don't die, and just pretty much go around the Enterprise, but it's all, like, you know, like, alien taking over now. I mean, maybe this happened like in another episode where some different alien came in and did something else horrible to the Enterprise. I'm sure some kind of thing happened, but
Yeah,
like
probably has, but it hasn't been the actual Xenomorphs. But
yeah, but I thought it'd be fucking cool,
yeah,
you
like
know,
I
and how
said,
they'd fight that.
I like the idea. That could be cool, and I'd love to see the hybrids with the Klingons or the Vulcans. A Vulcan alien would be amazing. I'm kidding with the Vulcan alien, because that'd be weird. But a Klingon alien would be fucking badass.
Cause I just see them shooting their little phasers, like pew pew pew. Oh wait, we need more firepower for this.
Just had to ruin it by putting your name in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the sound the phasers make, don't they?
No, they go pew.
That's close enough.
Not pew. You see, pew is the sound of a laser, and that's not really a laser because lasers are obsolete in Star Trek. Pew, God.
What do they use then?
Super laser.
Super laser, fuck you.
No, they use what you said. Phasers. Phasers are different to lasers.
Okay.
I don't give a crap about any of this stuff. I'm literally mocking the fact that's been a real discussion, as Rick knows. Not with Rick. Like, Rick was a dick and was like,
It's not a laser, it's a super laser.
Gosh.
The Transformers aren't cars that turn into robots. The robots that turn into cars. You're such a dick.
And then yourself turning into a virgin forever.
So believe there is a people.
Oh, I already said mine.
Oh, and not.
Oh, wait, no, another one. Yeah, I did. I said my son did Star Trek and Alien.
Yeah, Rick. I look forward to Rick's.
Okay, this one, maybe it's just me, and this is, I don't think I actually mentioned this during the Dynasty Warriors one, but I want to see like some kind of, like a mix between Final Fantasy and Dynasty Warriors. Like you take the Final Fantasy people and then just make a Dynasty Warriors game out of them. I mean, it worked for Dragon Quest. That'd be really cool. Just don't put Sephiroth in it. I mean, just because maybe they don't want money. That'd be nice. I just don't want him there, but I know they would put him there. Anyway, yes.
Can I make one small suggestion?
Yes.
Unlike the Dragon Quest one, can we please have multiplayer?
Well, of course, it should have two-player, yeah.
I was so pissed when I found out Dragon Quest didn't, because I was like, I was tempted to pick that up when it was cheap to play with Rick when he has the game, and I was like, single player. I'm like, yeah, my enjoyment's gone. Because I love those games, but I really love them in multiplayer. I don't know why.
They are fun. Yeah, that one was weird. I think because they added that extra stuff with like the monster coins and stuff, which okay, but yeah, I'd want like a straight up, two-player available, just story mode kind of stuff, where not any fancy mechanics really. Maybe something for Magic, I don't know, but I just think that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
All right, Mole, your next one.
I'm surprised this hasn't been a thing. And apparently it hasn't, or it may have been like a really obscure thing years back, but possibly, I don't know. But Rambo vs. Predator
I can see that.
in the jungle. The reason it has to be in the jungle is Rambo's best in the jungle, and as Predator 1 showed us and Predators, the 2 ones set in the jungle as opposed to Predator 2, Predator's better in a jungle.
Nice.
Love Predators and Predator, but I never liked Predator 2 that much. But Rambo v Predator, that just makes so much sense. I would totally watch it, and I know the result. We all know Rambo's going to win, but we don't care. We just want to see him kill a predator.
All right, so Pew, your next one.
I'd like
pop
to
that.
see. I'd like to see an interesting team up of Christopher Nolan's Batman with like Iron Man from like this Iron Man. And I'd love to see a team of them because I like this. And as you say specifically the Christopher Nolan one, because he's like so like super like, realistic and stuff, and like the whole like Marvel Cinematic Universe is kind of like fantastical. Oh, aliens and magic and like all this cool, colorful shit. So I like to see that, like, with them teaming up. Maybe not, like, and I don't want to see them against each other, because, hero versus hero, crime wins. End of story. So,
the Marvel Cinematic isn't that fantastical. Thor shouldn't be a fucking alien. Just saying.
Fact. But I would love to see how, like, just freaking, like, I fucking hate everything and work alone except for this giant fucking team and, like, and the Iron Man's like, hey, everybody!
Because he's played by Simon in your world?
Yep. He
Mine
basically
too.
he's
I'm
like
gonna go with that.
the incredibly
Cyan
fabulous,
Man.
somehow straight Simon.
Yes, Cyan Man.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it. Like, he's a big show-offy fucking asshole. And I
Rich
like to
Girl
see how that
Piper.
meshes with this serious and realistic version of Batman, where he was like, they're both solving the same crime. He's like, get the fuck out of my way or I'll defeat you, or some shit like that. And eventually, like, maybe Bruce Wayne gets fucked over and he doesn't have, like, Wayne Enterprise or something, and he needs somebody else with, like, more money, and then Iron Man will help him out or something. He's still kind of in the leader or something like that, because that's how I imagine, like, they would work together.
Nice.
But I think that'd be cool.
Nice. And also for the people listening, I do actually like the 4 films before everyone thinks that. It just irked me that he wasn't it irked me he was an alien. I don't know why that bothered me.
Damn it.
I don't know why that bothered me. That just bothered me that he wasn't an alien.
He's
It's
a
like,
fucking
no.
god.
It'd be like if Batman had parents.
Well, he did. That's why he's here. He just doesn't anymore.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Yeah, test tube, parents
Thank
are
you.
still parents.
All right. So my next one, gonna go with. Okay, I know they're made by the same person, and they're very similar styles of games, and I'm pretty sure I brought this one up before, but I'd love a game put in co-op. Why not? It's like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. Like, I think that would be crazy. Like, I could see, that would be a good one to do.
That'd be awesome.
The co-op that's like kind of not co-op, where like basically there's a winner at the end of each one. So like, because they always love to put in the fucking ratings for every battle. But I can imagine like co-op, you're trying to do flashier combos and do better than the other person. Then I could see like after like whoever does better at the end of the stage, they would like like whichever one you were would like berate the other one or whatever. Like I could see that they have a little bit of that in there. It's like Dante would be like, oh yeah, I guess you can't mess with the original or something like that. And Bayonetta would just say something, just be like, oh, boys and their toys are just not as good as girls with their guns or something like that. And that could be a really fun game.
I would say 2 things. One, I would totally fucking buy that. If it's actual Dante, I would totally buy that game.
Not Dante DMC.
Not Dante.
Yeah, it'd be good old red coat, fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking J Beebs,
I will say that just amused the shit out of me because I've seen it multiple times, but that you totally reminded me of the Lego Justice League vs Legion of Doom movie.
Uh-huh.
During that, in order to try and please Wonder Woman, Green Lantern and Flash are constantly competing with each other.
Uh-huh.
And then later on, near the end, when they're actually saving the day, they keep score of what they do. Like Flash, like, oh, I just saved a civilian 1,000 points. Well, I just saved the boss 2,000 points. And eventually, Wonder Woman just goes, heroes don't keep score. To which they just look at each other and go, fine, yeah, you know what? I cannot keep score. And Flash's like, yeah, but I cannot keep score better than you. It's funny. I don't know why it's just funny. It's just like in context of how they do it on Devil May Cry and stuff. If you were to do that on the street, you'd be a dick. Like, oh yeah, 1,000 points because I look cool.
Yes.
Fuck it, I just saved all the people, and you use one of Pew's numbers like because you could jillion points.
I saved all the everything.
Yeah.
He didn't save Krypton negative 10,000 points.
All right, so Mole, your next one.
My number 4 was Fast and the Furious and Transformers. And the reason is this solves a small problem with both films. The big problem with the Transformer films is the human characters suck. I know some people are going to argue we don't need human characters, but we kind of do for live action films. But it's a case of the human characters suck, and therefore the Transformers are just left there as like Shia LaBeouf bitches and moans. No. And one of the big problems with Fast and Furious, while I like that film, is they're starting to run out of cool cars. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a cool car every year, but they just start to look the same. Now put Vin Diesel behind the wheel of Bumblebee as a Camaro,
Yeah.
and you see how this becomes, and then you can imagine them helping them, and you've already established the humans. They're now completely interesting, and okay, there's no Paul Walker. Doesn't matter. We can bring in Paul Walkermus Prime or whatever. But, no. Rather than Walker.
Yeah.
I'm kidding with that, but no, the human characters have already been established. They're actually, some are interesting to some people, and I liked Fast and the Furious films to a certain point. And the Transformer ones had the cool robots, but the robots turn into vehicles that you can then drive fast and furiously. I think that'd be a great success.
That's what I was saying. I wonder why people haven't done that before. Seems like it's made for each other.
Fast formers.
Fast forms.
Would Rick watch it?
Yeah, I think I would.
I couldn't decide because I know you don't. I couldn't remember if you liked all the Transformer films or if you liked all the Fast and the Furious. I was like, I don't know if this would be a film for Rick or if Rick's sheer curiosity would make him to see this film. Fast formers.
All right, Pew, your next one.
Okay, my next one is a game, and when I saw an image of one of these people, and then I instantly thought of this crossover. And I played both of these games like the very first when they came out. I know they have like 10 or whatever now.
I'm gonna stop you there. I know exactly what this is, and they competed with each other at the Olympics, Pew.
Oh no, fuck Sonic and Mario. I'm sorry. Wow. But anyway, I'm talking about Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank.
Mm.
And I know Jim is like a super crazy fan of these games.
They've crossed over.
Have they?
PlayStation Heroes.
Oh, not that. Like, I'm talking about that fucking story mode. Not like they just fight each other and like that's it.
This wasn't fighting. PlayStation Heroes was a story mode with them and Sly Cooper and stuff joining forces, doing platforming stuff to save the world.
Okay, but I'm talking about no other characters, just them. Anyway, because they're both like have animals, and like one of them is like main character animal, and the other animal is like the side character. And, then you have, like, the one dude who's actually human, so I think it would make a pretty good cast, like, all together. I know I think Ratchet and Clank is making a movie or something, so they can do that. I'm sure they could pull off a pretty, interesting game. And they're both, like, kind of what, one of them is definitely more platforming or whatever, at least since I played it.
You are so Ratchet, Pew.
Trying to... yeah, I was like, wait, which one? Okay. No, but,
I was using the NXT insult work.
So, yeah, they feel like they would be made for each other, and, they're so similar. And I feel like their humor is really similar to, like, they're written, like, very similar, so they could blend in well easily to each other's worlds. Yeah,
I could see that. That'd be cool. And I will say, if anyone listening, I was really disappointed that PlayStation Heroes didn't sell well. I'm not sure if anyone here played it, where you used the move. Had great controls with the move and was really fun to play, but a lot of the people didn't pick up the move, as we know, so they were just like, so they wouldn't pick up that, so therefore it didn't get a sequel. I was like, it was really fun. And it was a cool concept too, because like Mario and Sonic almost made my list, because I was going to put Mario and Sonic in a platforming game.
They don't go platforming games, what are you talking about? Crazy.
You go sit in the corner and think about what you do.
I'm just fucking trolling you.
Your cat's tail will be coming.
Oh my god!
I just hope Marcus can get me a good shipping price. For cat limb. Well, how much does it weigh? Well, about the same amount as a normal cat, but like only like, I don't know, 10% of it. We're evil.
He probably has that calculation on hand.
He does. I don't always mail body parts through the post, but when I do, I use UPS.
Yes.
UPS, bringing America closer.
One part at a time.
Yeah.
And doesn't use unfair labor.
Yeah. Doesn't it? We don't know that.
All right. So my next one, then, I will go with. I'll do my Transformers one because why not?
Transformers Scooby-Doo.
No. We talked about this many moons ago, but I want Transformers in WWE. Like, I want a wrestling game where it's like WWE, but you're playing as the Transformers. That would be crazy and probably stupid, but I'd really want to see it.
I don't know why, but I just imagined like a Transformer wrestling a person. Like they would actually stand a chance of wrestling. Like, I don't know. I was like,
I'm pretty sure John Cena can beat Unicron.
Probably.
I don't know who that
He's
is.
the underdog.
Yeah, but I know why those two wouldn't get together because in a series of interviews recently, Hulk Hogan says he really hates jazz.
Also, for people wrestling the Transformers, yes, I know that someone could beat Astro Train because I have played a game where someone suplexed a train. Therefore,
Nice. And will we be merging them together to make stuff like Big Head? Like a Bulkhead and Big Show?
yes, why not? That'd be great.
Oh my god! Astro Train. If only there was a wrestler with the initials A and Train I could put together.
I know, that'd be great. That'd also be cool. It's like you could have the wrestlers as like Transformers versions of themselves, so they'd look like those questionably awesome Star Wars Transformers.
I like them, and the Marvel ones. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I could totally see a Money in the Bank briefcase that you fold down its edge.
I was gonna say
find that.
it transforms into the Matrix.
Please do not talk about any Soundwave or whatever.
No, he's the best one. He's DLC unlockable boss character. He's the ring bell.
Don't you mean Michael Colwave?
Get out.
He is the voice of WWE.
Get out. No, Soundwave would team up with Mr. Kennedy, and he would announce through Soundwave.
Soundwave transforms into the Geratron.
Yes. I'll allow it. Oh my god, and they could have a Ratchet match where they throw him in the back of Ratchet and he drives off because he's an
Would you
ambulance pew. Just so you know.
Would Ratchet literally be Sasha?
Could be.
Just for that pun.
But I thought she's not Ratchet.
I thought you'd have one of those heel people with, like, you know, Megatron or something.
Yes.
Triple H-atron.
Yeah.
And when he dies, he comes back as King of Kings-atron.
And he hits people with the Forge of Solus Prime because it's a big hammer.
Yeah. And of course,
And Shia LaBeouf could be the referee.
Starscream.
Yes.
Because gravity forgets him.
Or Seth Scream.
That would also make sense character-wise. Oh god, John Cena, Miss Prime. That's going to be a horrible one.
Cinemas Prime.
Cena Prime. Oh,
Also, loyalty, roll out.
Yes. And the funny thing about this, Pierre, while this may sound a little silly, WWE have recently teamed up with Scooby-Doo.
Oh no, I
and the
totally get it.
Flintstones.
I can see it happening.
Yeah, so I was like, oh god, I could totally see this as one of the cartoons.
Yeah.
The Rock, but as cliff jumping hard never work. So I'm gonna just restarted watching that as well.
Nice.
Started watching that from the beginning. I keep forgetting, where does the movie fall? Is that after?
It's all the way at the end, yes.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so, Mole, your next one?
Okay. Some wiggle room will need to be done with this. Some sort of mumbo jumbo along the lines of, oh, well, we didn't know quite how they branched out and how they've altered in this city to be different to how they normally were for us, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Vampire Diaries.
I could see that.
Vampire Diaries books inspired parts of Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show. Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show has inspired parts of Vampire Diaries TV show. Thus, they kind of fit together. And I'm sorry, Damon and Spike together on the screen. Come on, I want to see it.
Yowie? No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just trolling you massively. But I totally see that actually work.
I'm sorry, the best Yowie is still Craig and Tweak.
Yes.
Oh.
Anyway.
You haven't seen that episode, I'm aware, but...
No, but I saw a title where they're like, South Park takes on gay porn, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's hilarious. During that episode, whenever it shows Tweak and Craig, it always shows the pictures, and it plays The Book of Love is long, and it's just that song, The Book of Love, which is awesome, while it shows their pictures. And Randy, at one point, goes to ask Stan, because he's like, no, I'm going to prove I'm like a PC dad. And he said, Stan, I'm going to tell you, come on, I can tell you everything. Dad, yeah? Why do the Asians make people gay? And Randy's like, what, the Asians make people gay? Huh. And he actually believes that Asians have the ability to choose and decide who makes people gay. It's a great episode.
Wow, nice. Alright, so Pew years.
Okay, this one...
Puree.
No, I mixed Pew and yours, I said Pures.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Puree, because I have to be really racist that she's Italian. She's Italian. I was like, that's amazing. Hey, pasta sauce.
Hey, lady that talks with hands, go for it.
Hey, the person
better
who
than,
took
like...
your face.
So I kind of want to see this as a possibly live action or cartoon. Either one could work. TV show.
Your vagina and Jim's penis?
Talk about things that never exist at the same time, in the same place. But,
let's play.
So this is Ghostbusters and Men in Black. Because I would like to think that if you've seen like Cabin in the Woods, how like they have like the people who do the field work and the people who do like the internal work. So I kind of imagine it would be like that, where like the people catch all like the ghosts and stuff, and you're like, you know, they're kind of like silly, laid back, and you know they're not as like serious and uptight as Men in Black. So basically, they go do the field work, and then like the Men in Black will be all like, pissed off or like, you know, uptight, like clean up all this fucking work, all these witnesses to freaking mind wipe, you know, and like all this shit.
It would have to. It's going to be about a ghost of an alien. It has to be a ghost alien.
I just imagine that they're all like departments, you know, because sometimes when the Ghostbusters have to like, you know, punch out for the day, they pass like the Men in Black, and they're like, yeah, did you enjoy cleaning that up? I made fucking extra ectoplasm for you, dickwad, or, you know, I don't know. But like, I just imagine that like all these like supernatural things, they're part of the same department, and they always like constantly work both like, together and against each other. And it'd be cool, and maybe they're even like harboring some ghosts they want to like train to like, I don't know, make some other like supernatural creatures be less evil or something. I don't know. You can only train freaking Slimer. You can train other things, or the Stay Puft Man for that matter. So yeah.
That was a real Ghostbuster.
Whatever. They're all Ghostbusters. I don't discriminate with you, real or not real.
Real Ghostbusters is the Saturday morning cartoon, not the movies and main franchise.
Hey, like I said, I don't discriminate. Any kind of Ghostbuster will work.
Cool, it's the one with the ape.
You can have apes, so that's cool.
The shitty car.
You can have apes, monkeys, whatever.
I think I just proved she didn't know what I was on about.
I have no idea what you're on about, but...
Alright, so my next one...
That's the hammer.
I'm gonna go with I'd want to see a crossover between Sword Art Online and Dot Hack, just because they have you know, kind of similar like backstories of like being in online games and stuff like that, and kind of still, you know, like in Sword Art where they're like stuck in there, at least in the early one, and like not hack the, there's the data drain that like put people in comas, and it deals with the kind of like online games affecting real life. And I think they could be a really interesting story if they crossed over, whether it be a game or even just a show, because they've had shows of both of them and games of both of them. So
Nice.
So Mole, your next one.
My next one, and I know Richter's probably gonna squee at this one.
Oh.
RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
Demolition Man.
Yeah. Nice.
Because RoboCop never said which year it was in. It was just always the near future, and they never told you which year it was. And Demolition Man was the year 2032, so why can't they be the same year? And just imagine it, someone's frozen, they wake up in 2032, or years later, if you want to reboot the franchise or whatever. And they wake up in the future, and RoboCop's there. It's perfect. That's literally over the top, destructionally, violent-y man film I would want to watch.
Nice. Alright, Pew, your next one.
This is one that I think would only work for like an episode or two, not like a whole like series of TV or like a movie or something, but just like one or two episodes of a show. I'm thinking more on it's Batman and Daredevil.
They've teamed up.
Oh, I don't fucking know that, but but I think it'd be cool if it was just for like one episode, because they have like similar kind of like, I guess, characters in the sense, you lost somebody, both their costumes have pointy ears,
Sure, that's a similarity, not how dark and brooding vigilantes they are.
I was just choosing something specific and then something silly, but, but I think it'd be, like, really cool, like, because, I don't think they have, like, a similar fighting style, but they kind of, like, fight for the same thing. Because they're both vigilantes. So it'd be cool. I imagine it would be like a Daredevil show, and then Batman would be in it for like one time, as opposed to like Daredevil just stopping into Batman. Because I feel like Batman gets around more. I mean, maybe Daredevil does too, but...
Yeah, like I said, they've crossed over before. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I just thought that would be pretty cool.
Ironically, I thought those two crossing over together would be so fucking perfect. Ironically, I preferred Spider-Man Batman. I don't know why Spider-Man just had great chemistry with Batman. But that might be due to my thing of like why I like Spider-Man and Wolverine and stuff. It's just, I really love it when you get a character like Spider-Man with someone like Batman, because they're two polar opposites. The chemistry's funny.
And then at the end he gave him a college scholarship. He did.
No, at the end he made him Robin.
Well, if he got a college scholarship, then he's more likely to have a console.
This is true. You all you need to do is find someone of a minority, and I'll be all set.
To be fair, Pew is a minority and went to college, which means anyone can do it. And she has a console. She has a PS. Oh no, it's not the 3. 4. And Xbox
You're so
One.
mean.
And a Wii U. I was just remembering which one. I couldn't bear you to get the wrong console.
Fuck off.
I'm sorry. Bear with me.
Oh, fuck off.
Why is she being so mean? People hate to listen to it live. I'm actually trying to connect to her and treat
Oh
her
my
almost
god,
like a
just
human.
die in a fire.
At times I think she can understand me, but the moment passes.
You don't pass, you fail.
Yes, those are words. Very good.
Shut up.
Alright, so my next one, this will come in as no surprise, probably, once I get into it, but the Earth Defense Force games are fun. I want to see a cross of them with Mech Warrior, if anyone played those on the Xbox, the original Xbox. Because like those games were cool, and they did have some destructible environments, I believe. But I want to see like, basically the because there was lots of different mech suits that you could get, and you could outfit them with different weapons and stuff like that. I want to see that plus, all the just being able to level a city, kind of like Rad. But anyway, but like do that, but you fighting like giant bugs and ants and spaceships and stuff like that'd be crazy and fun and be awesome.
That would be cool.
Because like it'd be an EDF game, but with a mech suit that doesn't control like ass and isn't terrible. Like, I think that'd be fun.
That'd be awesome. I'd play it.
I would too. All right, so Muller, next one.
James Bond, but only as he was in the movie Casino Royale. With Jason Bourne.
That was the one I crossed out.
The
I
reason
replaced that one with Fast and Furious.
The reason I put James Bond only Casino Royale is after Casino Royale started a little bit more with Quantum of Solace and definitely with Skyfall and all that. He started to become more and more like the Bond from the old films. I don't like that. I like the more gritty Bond that they did. The one that was closer to how I always pictured Bond when I read some of the novels. Which, that gritty, more realistic James Bond with Jason Bourne, with how gritty and realistic those films are, I think those two together would just it'd be a wonderful film. I don't know why, it would just work.
Are the James Bond novels smutty? Because I imagine if they're anything like the films, they would be.
Yeah.
Okay, because I kind of imagine that being a thing. Because he fucks a lot of people, then they die.
Yeah, they're quite smutty. They're basically 50 Shades of Grey with martinis.
Well, you want to do spy versus horror, so...
They're not smutty, they just happen to feature some sex in some of them and stuff like that. That doesn't make them smutty.
I mean, they can have, like, smutty scenes in them. Or not, whatever. I mean, I haven't read it, so...
Fair enough. But yes, James Bond, Jason Bourne, I would buy that film.
Nice.
So these are our number ones, right?
I have a name for it. James Bond, Born Another Day. Thank you.
Not Born Again.
That's too unknown. I like the idea of Born Another Day. It doesn't make any sense.
Alright, Pew, your next one? Or your last
Alright, so this is the number one, and I want you to get prepared because your mind's about to be blown.
Uh-oh.
So basically, what have we been saying with Pokemon forever? And that Game Freak just hates money, because obviously they're not doing this.
Oh no.
So basically, what we wanted was pretty much at least a personally, and like at least say a 3D or not like 3D out, but 3D dimensional, like a Pokemon game. But like, what if it took place in like kind of instead of the future, like in the past? So Pokemon and Skyrim. Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You go around and you have to. What? Oh, fuck those mods. That's not a official thing. That's just people being dickheads and making fucking trains in the sky and trying to horrify me with their weird train-headed stick figures.
And macho dragons.
Yeah, but like, but I'm just saying, like, legitly, like, all the dragons that fly in the sky are like dragon like Pokemon, and you have to like try to not necessarily catch them all, maybe like catch like 5 or something. Like Ash does, like dicks around, but like you have to like kind of survival, and all the people have all these like legends and lore about all these things that these come on because they don't just they stay safe in their village and they don't want to go out too far because it's dangerous unless you have a Pokemon in that crazy wild grass.
Also, I don't believe Pokemon's set in the future.
Well, I mean, they have future technology.
Fair enough. I was gonna say I thought they were meant to be set in modern times because every time there's one of the latest consoles.
Just because they have, like, teleportation shit and the ability to take a fucking monster and put it in a ball, and...
We have that ability. How else do you think we could get Tuna?
Oh, I was gonna say, where do you think you came from? But okay. Going by the Catholic Church anyway. Because everybody comes from a sperm. That's Annabelle. Okay. Okay. So, but I just think that'd be fucking awesome if it was like, kind of like in that first, not the first, but the Legend of Korra episode where they talk about how the spirit world was and all the spirits kind of meshed with the real world and they were just kind of out there in the forest and they kind of existed like, not necessarily together, but they were in the same universe and they interacted kind of like that, except with Pokemon and Skyrim.
Nice. So it'd be sort of like, I don't know, kids from our world would sort of have to enter.
Not like Digimon.
Some sort of digi world.
Fuck up. The people from who are controlling them are also from that time period and area.
You did describe Digimon.
No, it's not fucking Digimon, because that's like completely like different people, like from a different world coming to this world or whatever. This is people in the same fucking world, just experiencing the creatures around them.
Digimon.
It's not fucking Digimon, even though Pokemon is Digimon, because they fucking have the Digivolve thing now, so it doesn't really fucking matter, because even Pokemon itself became Digimon. So.
Also, Digimon came first.
Yes.
Deal with it. Let me lick your salty Nintendo-owned tears.
You will not lick anything near me, or even in the same sentence as me.
Again.
Oh, and now your cat's locked an eyelash. What did we learn?
Oh, who cares about eyelashes?
Well, I can plug multiple. If you know me too much, you'll be a eyelid, but for now, I'm just going to go with
They
parts.
have like they have like at least 2 different sets of eyelids. So
Right now, I'm just sending you a warning, so it's stuff that can grow back, like eyelashes, arms,
I
tail.
don't think eyelids can grow back.
Faces.
Tails can grow back. I saw Dragon Ball.
Yeah. No matter how often I run him into spikes, he always comes back to help Sonic.
Nice. Also, fun fact for you, Pew.
Yeah.
There is no moon. Dragon Ball fact.
There is no moon. Does it matter?
I'm not even going to tell her why that matters or why. No.
It has something to do with monkey something or whatever. I don't care.
Good call.
All I saw was the Dragon Age abridged thing, and I don't really remember what happened in that because I didn't care. But like, it was something monkeys and their tail falls and they're not monkeys, and then like a bunch of shit or whatever and stuff, and I don't care. I don't really remember what happened. There was a bunch of stuff, and people were dead, and they weren't, and I don't know.
Yeah, then.
I really don't know that much about it.
Huh, could have fooled me. Alright, so my number one then, crossover I'd like to see is Saints Row 4 and City of Heroes, just because I love the
Yes.
like how they did the superhero stuff in Saints Row 4. I loved it, and City of Heroes was awesome. And so I think it'd be a lot of work, but the ability to like more pick your superpowers plus that kind of craziness of just running around fighting guys would be super fun.
That would be fun.
I would totally play that.
And I was also shocked.
Oh.
I thought your number one was going to be Transformers Dynasty Warrior.
No, because I much would rather have Star Wars Dynasty Warriors, but I'd already used Dynasty Warriors.
I thought you were gonna say the Saints Row Heroes with no more heroes.
I'd want no more heroes with. Oh, I don't remember. I always can't keep straight which one it is. But one of the Star Wars games where you could like actually cut off the limbs and stuff of people. I want no more heroes with that.
No, his number one was going to be lime and coconut, just to stir it all up.
Because of some
Wow.
commercials.
Musical references.
That's a current song, right?
It is. It must be.
They're always playing that on the radio.
It's always topical. Here at
The one that only
XER.
has AM.
All right.
But
So,
no.
yes.
I was saying, yeah, that could be a really fun game. I'd play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally want to play that.
Would we be allowed the thing from Champions?
Sure.
Yay, where you can create your own villain.
Yeah, might as well. That'd be awesome.
I love that feature.
All right, so there you have it, our top 7 crossovers we would like to see. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this week, and please come back next week where we go through some more news in the entertainment world and some more catch-up. So thank you very much for joining us, and good night.